When a homeowner is concerned about what they should do, if they're facing foreclosure, if they've gotten behind on their payments, the first piece of advice that I would give any homeowner is that they should seek the legal counsel of an attorney and a qualified attorney.
People should call us when they are feeling stressed because of their financial situation. If they can't afford their credit card bills, if they can't afford their mortgage, usually something's gone wrong in their life, they lost a job.
The scope of the economy has forced even individuals that were high-income earners into a foreclosure or into an event where they have to mitigate their damages, do something to get out of their home, or work to modify the loan.
It really comes down to two options. You either want to try to keep the property, which we call a retention strategy, or you want to exit the property, which we call an exit strategy. And much of it's dependent upon your financial situation.
We want our clients to understand that even though they are served with foreclosure papers, that's not the end of the story. Rather, there are options available to them.
It's not always foreclosure defense short sale. It's not always a bankruptcy. It's not always a loan modification.
Clients think that just because you're late on your payments that they need to move and get out of the house. That's not true.
Clients coming in will have a realistic assessment of their financial situation and determine whether or not it makes sense for them to try and stay in the house and modify the loan, or whether or not it makes more sense for them to negotiate and fight with the bank with the idea that we're going to eventually be leaving the house, and when we do, we want it to be as painless financially as possible.
The advantage of coming to KEL is that once we create this strategy and we start implementing it, and if there needs to be a change, we can do that as well.
So if you come to me and you say, Matt, I want to keep my house, I want to do a retention strategy, and let's say we try to do that, but let's say you can't afford to keep your house and we realize that you need to get out of the property, we can switch midstream and we can do an exit strategy. And we can offer the bankruptcy to do that. We can offer short sale.
Bankruptcy is one of the avenues that many clients do have to choose, and they are forced to choose. The economy, medical bills, lost jobs, whatever it may be, they don't have another option.
There are a lot of people who get very apprehensive when we mention the word bankruptcy. And what I always try to explain people after they get over the initial shock of it is that there's not a whole lot of difference between being several months behind on your mortgage and going into bankruptcy.
If they do choose to use bankruptcy as a route, we have a rather broad practice area of bankruptcy, highly trained bankruptcy attorneys and a great support staff that are able to help people through that. It's an emotionally difficult time, but that is one thing that KEL is very good at, is managing that process.
When you're considering hiring an attorney, here's some things you need to think about. There are many attorneys out there who offer foreclosure defense services or who may offer bankruptcy, but very few of them, in fact, other than us, KEL, I don't know of any of them that offer all of the different comprehensive services that we offer.
We are one of the largest foreclosure defense firms in the state. And when litigation begins, often it can be very complex. And some smaller firms may not have, for lack of a better word, enough bandwidth to support all the filings that the bank may move forward with.
We actually wrote the book on the foreclosure defense. We were one of the first law firms in the area, if not the first law firm in the area, to create case law on how to keep a property through foreclosure.
As a matter of fact, there are several lenders who have pulled out litigation altogether in Central Florida specifically because of our law firm. We are just making it too difficult for them to get their money.
One of the unique offerings that KEL has is that most of the cases, and specifically the foreclosure defense cases, are flat fee cases.
Having that understanding going into the process that it is a set total cost for a year is very helpful for clients.
The firm's position is that the homeowner deserves a voice, and without a firm like KEL, those homeowners really wouldn't have a voice, and they could get steamrolled by the banks.
We come into the courtroom as an underdog. We're very aggressive in fighting for our clients as far as foreclosure defense is concerned.
We make it an absolute nightmare for the lenders to come collect their money, and they realize that. And when they start to realize that this is one of the clients who's fallen under the KEL umbrella, we better start dealing with them in a different way.